All right. We are officially in here for another episode of 30-Minute Thursdays. Now, I know, I like, even though people watch this later, watch it live, I am going to always give a shout out to everybody that is here live. So when you're watching this, you know that it is for real. Shout out to Life with Mountain Folk. Good seeing you, buddy. Man, pleasure meeting you over the weekend. And for everybody else that's watching and that's coming in, please do me a favor when you actually come in. Let me know that you're here. We know 30-Minute Thursdays is not for me to just be talking, it's for you to talk back and for you to even like this is a conversation. You know what I mean? Floyd, man, I appreciate you tuning in, Floyd, every time, man. You're a loyal subscriber, man, and I definitely appreciate you. And so, like I said, you all come on in. Let me know that you're here. Subline GT 500. It's always good to see. I hope I can catch you this year at one of the shows. And I hope I can see that gorgeous GT 500 of yours that you have. Because we ready to put that on the channel. But you let me know when you're ready. But like I said, you all come on in. Wood 427. Yeah, man. Like ever since I added that, and ever since I added doing that to the channel, man, literally people like literally will walk up to me and do that. So I see Ben. Okay, oh man, are you gonna be at Ford Takeover? Oh yes, sir. We would in get ready to get that car put on the channel. Ben, how you doing? Ben, how you doing? Good to see you. Look, you all, let's get right into it. All right. So today, we're talking. Well, this is one of the topics that I wanted to talk to you all about on a 30-minute Thursdays. Now, let me make this clear. You all know we only go for 30 minutes, and so it's a quick conversation. And that's what we have to do. So we got Joseph is here, Tyrus is here, Tremaine is here. Yes, so let's get right into it. All right. So you all look, we are on this episode of 30-minute Thursdays. We're talking about street cars versus track cars or both. What is your preference? Do you like a street car? Do you like a track car? Or do you want yours? Last week we talked about built versus bought. This week now we're talking about street cars, track cars, because and one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this one up is because I get, and I'm gonna say even sometimes criticized for how and let me make this clear. It don't bother me. You can't let everybody's opinion move you. Okay, trust you me. I just had somebody comment on one of my videos and they said I talk too much. And I was like, well, this is a YouTube channel. I didn't know it was supposed to be a yoga moment. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But literally, do you prefer street, track, or both? Now, let me tell you all, let me make this clear to everybody that's watching. I personally, the one car that you all know me for, that car was built for street and technically for show. Okay. And what I mean by that, shout out to my man, John Brooks. Love it. And what I mean by that, now I'm gonna post you all's comments up here in a minute. What I mean by that was that when I built the car, I knew I wanted to have the horsepower that I needed to have. I want to be able to go fast when I want to go fast. But then after that, I also want to be able to take it to the show and not worry about it breaking. Now, granted, last year was a different story, but I'm talking about I don't want to have to take it to the track and then something breaks and then now I can't take it to the show. That car was made literally, the KSD Notch, the car that you all know me for, was made for the street. And so, because it was made for the street, there are certain things that are on it that technically cater for the street. So when you build now when you go track and if you're strictly track, there's the reason I'm not putting a cage in my car. I don't want a roll cage in my car. I refuse. I do not want a roll cage in my car. When you go straight track, when I had the strawberry coupe and I was going to build that, we was putting all type of stuff in there, and it was built for the track. That was the whole purpose of it, because all we were going to do was put that car on the track. But here for the street, it was totally different. And for anybody that's had a roll cage, roll cages can, man, they're not the most comfortable thing. And sometimes, depending on what type of cage you got in the car, it is the hardest thing to get inside the car. Man, and I've seen some of my buddies with them, and they have roll cages in their car, and they have them for both, but they can be difficult. And so, as it relates to my car, I do not feel bad that my black car is not a car that I'm going to put on the track. I don't care if it can run 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds. I don't care. That car is for me to enjoy, for me to go to shows and promote the channel and all that good stuff. But outside of that car is built for, I'm trying to win shows with that. And once I'm going to tell you all, I'm going to reveal to you all something about that car because it is a street car. At the end of this episode, I'm going to reveal to you all what I'm going to do once the season is over with, because it's just so many things that are happening. I'm going to tell you all something about what is happening. So my question is for you all. How do you all feel? And shout out, and let me make this clear. Shout out to the world's greatest transmission builder, my man Andrew Hanlon Motorsports. If you all need a transmission, whether you need a Tremec 3550, no matter what it is that you need tell me what you need, a T56, a T56 Magnum. I need you all to hit up my man Andrew Hamlin at Hamlin Motorsports right there. You can find him at Hamlin Motorsports on Instagram. You can find him right there. Send him a DM or reach out to him, and I promise you, you will not be upset. I have Hamlin Motorsports parts all over my car, and when I tell you that shift is like I almost had to learn, when you so used to. But then when you get it done the Hamlin way, oh, he gonna give you a short throw for real. I love it, but I absolutely love it. So make sure you all check out Hamlin Motorsports. All right, and so moving right along, in about 3 minutes, I'm gonna go over to you all's thoughts, comments, and as it relates to what you all think. But then a track car. Like when you build a track car, there's just certain things you don't have to be concerned about. For example, I don't have to have AC in a track car. I don't have to have power steering in the track car. There are just so many parts that I do not have to have as it relates to a track car. Bottom line, I need a radiator, I need a fan, a motor, a trans, a rear end. I don't care about nothing else. I don't care about nothing else. Take everything else out of this car, because when we're building a track car, we're building it so that it can go straight down that line. I ain't worried about nothing else. Let me make this thing go straight, and let me make it as light as possible. I don't need interior. I don't need none of that stuff in the car. I don't need none of it. Like, for real. We need this thing to go. The only thing is good. And that's the thing about certain cars, like with Fox bodies, because of the weight, man, you could get those things down to 2,700, even possibly 2,600 pounds with 500 horsepower and be running 9 seconds. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? That's why I tell people all the time, you guys out here with these 6,000 pound cars claiming 1,100 horsepower, I'm still faster than you because I weigh half the size of you, you know what I mean? And I have this much horsepower, like seriously. And so track cars are different. Now, when you're trying to do both, it then also makes it, I would say, a little bit different as well. So when you want a street car and when you want a track car, it's I always say when you want both, it's very how can I say this? There are a lot of pretty track cars out here, but I think it's very hard to obtain both and then still have a certain look, a certain feel, because on one end of the spectrum, it's hard, especially with the older cars. Let me just say it like that. It's hard, but I know some people, they build it for the track, and then when they want to put it in the show, they change out the wheels. They got a different set of wheels. It's going to be a little bit more of involvement with it when you want both. And I like that. I like both. I don't think there's nothing wrong with both. I think having both is amazing. I think going track is amazing. And I think, like I said, having, like, for me, straight street, not worried about putting that car. That car is not going to hit the track. I wanted to handle the road. I wanted to hug the road. And I also wanted to be able to stay straight, because, I always say with drag radials, I don't care. Once you hit a certain horsepower number, drag radials are not going to hook on the street. I don't care what nobody says. You go a first gear pool and you got over 600 horsepower. I don't care how great you can drive. I want you to find somebody that's able to launch. They have over 600 horsepower with a drag radial. I don't care if they how much PSI they lower to. That tire is going to spin one way or another when you launch that board. If you got over 600 horsepower with a drag radial on the streets, not on the track, on the street, you are going to spin those tires if you launch it. Now, if you take off at 1200 RPM and then you go into a road, that's different. But I'm talking about when you launch a street car with a drag radial on the street, it's just not going to hook when you have that much horsepower. You got 300 horsepower, yeah, you'll be fine. 400, you'll be fine. But listen, it's just not going to happen. And so these are some of the differences of the things that we deal with when we have, for lack of a better word, street cars versus track cars. So in the comment section, let me know, how do you feel about it? Do you prefer street? Do you prefer track? Do you prefer both? And why? And why? So my man Andrew Hamlin just said, can you imagine the KSD notches a drag car? Woo woo, she a baddie. I cannot imagine, especially when I tell you all at the end of this episode what I'm going to do. I couldn't imagine it as a track car. I'm just being honest. Like I'm really trying to make a lot of stuff. I'm really just trying to make that thing even more prettier, for lack of better words. I don't know if I could, as a man, if I should say that, but I'm really trying to make it as pretty as possible, because next year I'm hitting, since Mustang Week is not going to be around no more. I'm not only hitting the regular shows that we are used to, but I'm also going to hit literally all of the indoor shows, and they don't have to be 4. Joseph Ware says a lot of the no prep guys have that secret down pat. Oh yeah, absolutely. Subline GT 500 says streets, more enjoyments all the time. Listen to what, look, this is exactly what I'm saying. Enjoyment as it relates to having a street car, more enjoyment all the time, especially with yours. I just did if you all didn't see my last video, I just did a interview of a guy that I met over the weekend. He had a GT 350, and I promise you, I didn't know that was the GT 350 that Stang mode that gave away. And so when he told me the story and I did the interview, I was like, man, I gotta tell the whole story with this. And so the thing about those is, you all with these newer Mustangs and the GT500s, the GT350s, and even S550s, but those 350s can handle like crazy, and those 500s, and man, they ride amazing and have amazing power. So you get the comfort of it being built that way, and then you can add a little bit more to it. Is totally amazing. But just the fact that you can have a street car that looks that good with that much power, you can not only enjoy it, but then you can turn the heat and air on. That's simply amazing. All right, let me see what we got here. He said, "What's up, Kate? This is my man D Hagel. I prefer a street car. It's more enjoyable, in my opinion." What new track car? Where the track car guys at? I want to, because everybody is kind of agreeing with me on this. Where the track car guys at? I know, like, what are, for you all that even have, or you go both ways. Let me not, I want to say that, but you like street and track. I want to see, what are you guys' opinion? Is there anybody here that just builds a track car and you don't do anything for the street? Oh yeah, so let me. Is there anybody? Little White Fox Body. This is my girl from Michigan. She said street, more enjoyment for sure, and I can do the school pickup. Oh man, I love it. You all check out Little White Fox Body. She's also been on the channel. She's on the Ladies with the Baddest Fox Bodies Part 2. You all check her out. She's on there. Joseph Ware, I see you. My man Andrew Hamlin says, you already know mine is straight track. So Andrew, so for somebody like you, what do you, even though yours is straight track, do you prefer it to, do you only prefer track cars, or do you like the street? Let's see. Tremaine Webster says, streets, I like to ride. As of right now, it looks like the street is winning. It looks like the street is winning. Like seriously, it looks like the street cars are winning. Like seriously, I think and like I said, I think it's important, you know, to have the difference between the two. But like I said, these track cars, man, they're amazing. I've been around it. You know, Joseph Ware says, "I will build a track car that is streetable. I will build a track car so the majority of it is for the track, but it can still go on the street. I will build a track car that is streetable." Now let's get to Hamlin Motorsports. He said, honestly, if I could do it all over again, it would be a street car. Wow. Now this is from somebody that has an amazing track build, an amazing track build. And he said if he could do it all over again, it would be a street car. Tyrus says, love the street. A lot of fun on the street. And that's been the general consensus of what we're talking about. Street cars are just more fun. But don't get me wrong, like, man, being on the track too, like being at the track could be a lot of fun too, especially when you got the guys that's talking all that crap and you're beating them every time. Definitely is amazing. Right. Samuel says, yes, sir. Track power with street fuel. The street fuel, I'm sorry. Track power with street fuel. Interesting. Interesting. So pretty much you'll do both. Understood. Let's see. Andrew Hanlon says, I missed out on all the cool Fox Body events, driving to them or doing the cruises, etc. A track car, I can't do that. I have to trailer it everywhere. Yeah. So let me tell you all something. With the level of even like my own car, I drive to local events. But outside of that, if it's more than, for the most part, if I got to go further than 100 miles, that car is going on a trailer. I'm not, that car does not get driven that far. I'm just being honest with you. Like if I got to go far, if it's going to take me longer than 2 hours to get there, it's going to be put on a trailer. I'm not driving that car that far. And I don't know how hard, I don't know if you all know how hard it is to get E85 in Georgia. My God, like in Illinois, E85 was at every gas station. Here, man, I got to get the app in order to put E85 in my car. Man, the other day, this was actually Sunday, I was driving, and man, that fuel gauge started dropping so low, and I thought I was going to a station that had E85. I had to turn all the way back around, go 15 miles. Man, I got so nervous. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Like seriously. Wood 427 says, I feel that, Hamlin Motorsports. I'm forcing my car to be a street car. Wood, you got to tell us a little bit more when you say you're forcing your car to be a street car. You got to tell us what you mean by that, man. You got to look. You got to take those slicks off the rear. You know, and put yourself some street rims and tires on it. You got to take those streets off. And shout out to my man Sublime GC500. If you all like this video, hit the thumbs up for me and hit the like button and all that good stuff because it really helps me with growing this channel. I know that 30-minute Thursdays are not the most popular thing on the channel, but you all just hit that, hit that like that thumbs up button. I really appreciate that. And like I said, I appreciate every time you all are here joining in with me and coming in and saying and giving me your thoughts. Like I said, this is a time for us to get to know each other. Like that's really what 30-minute Thursdays is about. It's a whole bunch of other people doing lives. I just want to get to know the subscribers, and this is my way of being able to talk with you all because let's just be honest. When we're doing shows, I get to talk to people, but it's very quickly, because there's so many people at these shows. I don't get to talk to everybody. Life of Mountain Folks said, you get more enjoyment from a street car than a track car. Like I said, it really all depends. And maybe the audience that I have is more street people. Because some of the track guys will say, man, you street man, whatever. I like building a track car, I've driven to Alabama, Tennessee twice, South Florida, and Michigan a few times. Great car on the open road. I mean, and yeah, you with that new GT500, I probably would have done the same thing too. But with a 93 Fox body, nope. I just can't pull over to the Ford dealership and something go wrong. Nah, I love it that you can do it. Let's see. Let me see what my man Frank Three Stang says. I have a Mustang for the track that I'm going to get into the fives. Wait a minute, is this quarter mile? and a Mustang for car shows. This man says, I got a Mustang for the track that I'm going to get into the fives. If you talk about 5.25 miles, that means that you're going to blink and be at the end of the world. Wow. Both are legal to drive on the street. Both have tags and insurance. Wow. That's pretty fast. The fives, that's pretty fast. Is that an 8 mile or quarter-mile though, Frank Stangs? That's what I want to know. Frank 3 Stangs. Is that an eighth or a quarter? Because man, my God, if you got a fives, you got a lot of that thing. That thing got a lot of power. That thing is over 2,000 horsepower. Wood 427 said no cage or any of that stuff. But what helps me is my transmission is a 6-speed Magnum with 327 gears, so I can ride the street. And oh man, you got 327 gears, dude. You could do 6 gear at 80 at like 1,300 RPM with a 327 gears. My Lord, like you got a 6-speed with a 327 gears. Oh man, you could drive anywhere. Of course, of course, you could drive anywhere. Frank 3 saying, oh, okay, it's 8 mile. I'm going to say 5.25. Whew, that's fast. Well, I got you. I understand. SB said, I was a track guy, but when I reached my goal by running in the mid 11 seconds, I stopped going to the track. I want my car to be enjoyable to drive on the street. SB, I mean, like when I tell you, I understand. I think back in my 20s, when I was in my 20s, I loved the track. Being honest with you all, I loved the track when I was in my 20s. And we did a lot of drag racing and track, like I said, on that track and everything, things of that nature. And it was a lot of fun. And it's always been stick shift driving for me. I don't even know how to drive an automatic outside of my regular daily driver. Like I don't know how to do automatic driving at all. I know it's just, but all I know is stick. And back in the early 2000s, that's what I did. But then life had a little situation in life. I got into an accident on the street one day, and man, I actually stopped doing the track. And I never got back into it at all. And so that's very, very, very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. So Subline GT500 said, I'd be happy with a 6.5 or 6.4 in the eighth. And that's still a good number to run for even an 8th mile. Like that's pretty good. And in your car, like I said, your car is clean and amazing. So, man, this is good stuff. This is good stuff, man. Like I love the stuff that you all are giving me, and you all, like I said, I get taught like, and it usually depends the group as well. Like, I get asked all the time, well, what is your car running a quarter? Like, man, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not trying to find out. It's not slow. When it's all said and done, like it's not slow. Pull up on me. Let's find out. What does your car run a quarter? And then try to pull up on me, and then I guess we'll find out then when we're on the street. But no, man, like I'm all about safe driving, practicing safe driving. Oh man, let me get John Brooks, man. I see John is in here. He said, I'll stick with the street. I'm driving Dale to sell some insurance out of tomorrow. Okay, understood. In other words, but Dale is like the perfect street car. Like when you all see Dale, that's John Brooks. That's the orange 87 coupe. When you all see Dale, like Dale is like one of the like it's gonna grab your attention as soon as you see it. Like that car is amazing, and like it's gonna catch the attention. And but you could sell water to a well out of that car. No matter what it is you want to sell, you can sell that. Joseph Ware said it's a challenge to build a 1,000 horsepower Mustang that you can take to the track and also drive around town or on a short trip. I think it's that much more enjoyable. It's a challenge to build a 1,000 horsepower Mustang that you can take to the track and also drive around town. Yeah. When you get to 1,000 horsepower, that means that you got a lot in it. Even if it's all like, that's a lot to get to that, whether you're doing twin turbo or single turbo and motor work and all of that, especially with the dual ones and Coyote. So that's a lot. That is a lot. And there's a lot of things you got to sacrifice in order to get to that. Let me see what real quick before because I want to reveal to you all. We got 6 minutes left. I want to reveal to you all what I'm doing with the car. Quarter mile, hoping for 10.5, 10.4. Oh man, you're gonna be able to get that easily. You're gonna be able to get that easily. That's not a problem for you. And that car, that power, and your driving skill, you're gonna be able to get that easy. It's just about if you're gonna run the street tires that you have on there, or if you're gonna put like some drag radials or something on it. But outside of that, you're definitely gonna get that with that car. Definitely get that with that car. So For the last few minutes I got left, you all, let me kind of reveal to you all. I kind of revealed it on on IG earlier, but let me kind of reveal to you all what it is that I'm doing. Mickey Thompson ET Street. That's what I got on my car right now. And if you're running those on especially on the track, they're definitely gonna be good for what it is that you're doing. I got those Mickey Thompson Street SSs. I'm gonna be honest. I actually prefer the Nitto. I mean not Nitto. I'm sorry. The Toyo R888Rs over them because that's what I had before, but the Mickey Thompsons are still good. Like they're still going to do it, especially for the track. You already got the track is prepared for this, and you got driver. It's part you'll definitely be fine. So for the last 5 minutes, you all, I kind of wanted I I made a decision. I got so people have been trying to buy the wheels off my car ever since I've had them on the car. I have, and even though I'm a partly cloudy 420, what's going on, buddy? Even though I'm a fan of the wheels of my car, one of the things that I like is, for lack of better words, is the term differentiation. The only reason that I still have the wheels on the car is because it is the only chrome set in the world. Like, and um, yeah, like it's the only chrome Adhans DSO5s in the world. And so I did when I first got them, they weren't chromed, and I went and got them chromed because I wanted to be different. 89 GT 5.0, what's happening? And I wanted to be different. And people have been trying to buy those wheels off of me ever since I've had them, and I look at that as being a compliment and a blessing. And I've been going back and forth with what I want to do. A guy literally, we made a deal, and I really thought that I was about to literally after I was going to go to Ford Takeover, bring the car back home, and I was about to put the car on Ford jack stands. I'm going to be honest with you because he literally gave me exactly what I wanted, and so I was about to do it. Then I had to reconsider. I don't want to miss everything this year because the other part about it is that I want to. What I'm going to end up doing is that I'm going to mini tub the the coupe, and because we're going to mini tub it. Revenant Racing is in the house, Dallas, Texas. I see you, man. Thank you for stopping by. Um, I'm going to mini tub the KSD Dodge, and I am going to put a 12-inch wide wheel on the car. I'm letting you all know that right now, so just be ready. Um, and I like differentiation, so I'm not going to get a wheel that everybody has. So just letting you all know that now. Like I know everybody loves chrome ponies and Cobra wheels. Nothing wrong with that. God bless you. Me, I like differentiation. I believe that my car is known because it has been different. I believe that my car is what it is because it's been different. Hey, everybody send some love to Reverend Racing from Dallas, Texas. You all send some love to Reverend Racing. And so with that, I'm trying to make a decision as well about what it is because, like I said, this is a street car, and I call mine a street slash show car. And because next year, my goal is since they're taking away Mustang Week and all of that, I want to take that car around the country and put it in all of the indoor shows that I possibly can. That is my goal for 2023 is to take that car around the country to represent not only Blue Oval Media but the car itself and put it in every show that I possibly can. Um, and so with that, I think we're going to more than likely strip the whole car down again. And I'm going to fix every little thing that I don't like about the car. And so if it's something that I don't like, we're literally, it's probably stuff that you all wouldn't even, for lack of better words, it's not even something that you would know about or even something that would cross your mind. But when you own it, you know every little thing and you got the things that you like and you don't like, right? And so I'm at so no 28s. Oh wow, let me tell you something. I am not that guy. I 28s on a Fox body is not going like my other buddy was joking with me earlier when I said it. Nah, it ain't gonna be we ain't gonna have we ain't gonna have the car sitting up in the air now. Nah. So I so I'm definitely like I said, I'm going for a staggered look and I'm going for it to be we're gonna mini tub it, and I'm going to put my goal is to put. I want to get a Toyo R888R in the rear, but I am going, like I said, I am going for a stagger look, and I'm going for a little bit of a. It's gonna be is I feel like I've showed it to two people, three people so far, and they gave me their blessing, because one of the things I like to show it to see, like, what do you think about it, and it's definitely it's gonna set it apart, and but I feel like it's gonna set it apart, and somebody has to set a standard to be different in that. That's how I always felt like my car was. I didn't want to do what everybody else was doing, and so when I do that next year, it's going to set it apart. But it's not going to have me where you all don't want me to be a part of the Fox Body Club. When you look at it, you're like, oh my God, that car looks terrible. Nah, it's going to be different. Like I said, it's going to be dippy. It's going to be deep. It's going to have a deep lip, but it's still going to look sporty. It's still going to look like a Fox Body. It's still going to look amazing. So what you all, I don't know if you all know this already, but I already have a rear end that we already shortened for a mini tub. I did this last year, and because of how long it was going to take to do the mini tub, I decided to opt out of doing it because I wanted to make the shows, and I guess you got tired of working on the car. So the goal is I'm going to go to Foxtoberfest. That is the last event, and I'm talking about as soon as Foxtoberfest is over with, we're going to bring this car back and we're going to strip it all the way out. The beautiful part about it is that the car pretty much has everything that it needs, right? For lack of better words, to run. The things that I need to change are stuff that I feel needs to make it more of a show car, for lack of better words. Okay. And so, like, think about it, when you go to certain events that are indoor and you see the cars that win, the show cars that win, I'm trying to get to that level, but still be able to drive it on the street. If that makes sense. So it will be mini tub. It will have a 12-inch wide. Lynn, what's happening, boss? It will have a 12-inch wide, wheel in the rear. And so that is the goal. But then also, because of some other things that I'm not pleased with, like I said, we're going to take the motor and trans out and everything. And I am more than likely going to redo my engine bay again. I'm going to use the man, I forgot the name of the company. Who's the company that everybody when you shave your engine bay, the people that everybody use, the painter that I had was terrible. He didn't use those. Crap, I forgot. Bottom line is that we're going to take that off. We're going to redo the engine bay. We're going to redo all that stuff. And like I said, I want to make it. I want to give it a better sound system, and I want to pretty much be done with it, because we are going to do a Coyote Swap Thunderbird. Scott Rod, thank you all so much. Scott Rod panels. I'm taking the ones that I have out and putting the Scott Rods in. So for anybody, if you come look at the ones that I have in my car now, the guy that painted it, who was very known at a certain point, but not anymore. I had to get the car repainted by another person because of what happened with that. And he had my car too long. The ones that he put in there worked the Scott Rods. And so one of the things I hate about it with the Scott Rods, they are amazing. They literally come down and flat. The ones I have are not flat. So like if I'm ever like washing the car, water gets inside the engine bay and it sits in those panels. Like I can't stand that. I know it's minute and some of you all may not even care, but personally, I can't stand it. And so I want to put the Scott Rod panels in there. Fathead Garage, I have been talking with him for over like 7 months. I'm going to put his AC kit in the car. I don't know if I'm going to do it this year. I may buy it now, but I'm going to put his AC kit in the car. Like I said, we're going to go shorten up the rear end, much deeper wheel in it. It's going to be a much different look. I can't give it away as much as I want to give it away. I can't give it away because I don't want nobody to copy it and then say they originally came up with it, and you know that they did. And so we're going to do that. And bottom line, for the most part, after we do that, and then we make sure that everything is tight, everything is set. I even want to redo my wiring all the way around. I want everything to be wrapped tight. I'm thinking about reaching out to my buddy from Iowa, who has the green. He has the green LX. And you all, when I say when he the way that he wires a car, it is amazing. And so I want to do that. I want to get that in order. I want to make sure that all of that stuff is done, all of that stuff is taken care of. And bottom line, when you see my car, when you see the KSD notch, there is not a flinch. And probably the stuff that bothers me is probably the issue. And you all probably don't even notice it. And so that's what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna literally be stripping the car down, and I'm gonna call it the KSD Notch finale because that's gonna be it. I don't have no other plans or desires for it. I want to move on to the Thunderbird build in honor of my father, a 57 Ford Thunderbird Coyote Swap Turbo. So that's what I would like to do next. So that's it, you all. 30-minute Thursdays, just me talking to you all real quick. Just kind of wanted to go over that street versus track, and it looked like the votes was street car. All right. So do me a favor, make sure you all hit that like button. Tell somebody about the channel. Keep going to blueovermedia.com to get your official Blue Over Media merchandise. And man, even though there'll be more videos going up for you all that will be at Ford Takeover, I will see you next weekend as I will be there. The hotel is booked and everything, and I will have a booth there. So if you all are there, come by, talk to me, tell me about your build, and man, and let me know what is going on. So I just want to say thank you all so much. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for even spending your Thursday evening with me. I really do appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful and blessed day. As your boy Kim Sean with Blue Over Media, and I am out.